We all know Albert Einstein was the greatest genius in history. So genius that his brain was more powerful than thousands of scientists. Things which are far away for common people like us to understand, even difficult to think. Einstein thought, understood, and made it easy for the whole world. Albert Einstein was a physicist who surprised the whole world by making the law of theory of relativity, E equal to mc square, or photoelectric effect, for which he received the Nobel Prize. Seeing his extraordinary ability to think and understand, people thought Einstein has a special brain, which is very different from ordinary people like us. Einstein himself knew about this, and that's why he didn't want any part of his body to be researched after his death. He also instructed that his body should be cremated after his death. But what Einstein was afraid of finally happened. When Einstein died on April 18, 1955, at Princeton Hospital for post-mortem, the doctor who came to know the cause of death, he secretly removed Einstein's brain because he had the curiosity to know what is inside the brain of the world's greatest genius. Dr. Thomas Harvey, who stole Einstein's brain, was more interested in studying this special brain than what happened to himself. After a few days, when Princeton Hospital found out about Dr. Harvey's incident, they fired him from his job. But Dr. Harvey manipulates Einstein's son, Hans Albert, and succeeds in getting this permission to research his father's brain and let the world know about it. An exciting journey of this brain starts from this day. Dr. Harvey was a pathologist who knew only how to do post-mortem, and it was only his imagination that he could research the brain of this great genius. Now, the situation was such that Dr. Harvey did not even have a job at Princeton Hospital, and also the designation of a pathologist. Einstein's brain, which Dr. Harvey had already preserved, he took that brain to Philadelphia to Pennsylvania, where he took many photos of the brain and then cut it into 240 small pieces, preserved each piece in a separate jar, and hid it in his basement. Because of this, he had arguments with his wife, because his wife used to threaten him sometimes that she will throw this brain outside. After some time, these arguments eventually lead to their divorce, and Dr. Harvey took the brain to Wichita, the city of Kansas, where he worked as a medical supervisor in a biological testing lab. And here, he tried to study Einstein's brain in his own free time. After that, he changed jobs repeatedly in different cities and kept moving around with his brain. Many years passed like this, but Dr. Harvey could not do any solid research on the brain. Instead, his medical license was canceled, and his condition became so bad that he had to start working in a plastic factory. That's when he took a good decision for the first time. He will send a separate part of this brain to the world's best neuropathologists for detailed research. And that's what he did in 1985, exactly 30 years after the brain was stolen in 1955. A study on Einstein's brain was published for the first time. For the next 27 years, the world's biggest neuropathologists published many studies on this brain, in which it was said that Einstein's brain was very different from ordinary people. The biggest difference was found in a part of the brain called the corpus callosum. Now it is important to know that the human brain is divided into two separate parts. The left brain controls the right side of our body, and the right brain controls the left side of our body. Also, 95% of people's left brain works during speaking, understanding, mathematical calculation, and writing. On the other hand, right brain is responsible for art, creativity, understanding of shapes, and musical skills. Now you might be wondering what the corpus callosum has to do with all of this. Imagine you are typing on keyboard. This time our two hands are busy typing. Some alphabets are being typed by our left hand, and some alphabets are being typed by our right hand. If you make a mistake with your left hand while typing, you immediately erase that mistake using your right hand. This means that when our right brain makes a mistake, the left brain immediately responds and corrects that mistake. The two parts of the brain communicate through the link called corpus callosum. And Einstein's corpus callosum was much larger than normal people. Means there was a very strong connection between his left and right brain, due to which Einstein could imagine many complex problems and situations at the same time. In addition to the larger size of the corpus callosum, the parietal part of Einstein's brain was also different from the normal people, and according to the researchers, the flow of neurons in his brain was much better due to this. The good flow of neurons means the power of his mathematical calculation was much stronger. Albert Einstein had the ability to solve complex mathematical problems with the help of his brain, without pen and paper. Another reason for more neurons is also mentioned in the research paper. When Einstein's brain was weighted, it weighed 1230 grams. And the weight of a normal human brain is 1,400 grams. Researchers believe that the lining of his brain was much thinner, due to which more neurons were found. But the biggest question is, was Einstein born with this type of a brain? Or his brain changed after birth? It is known that Einstein could not speak until 5 years after birth, whereas other children start talking at the age of 2 to 3 years. Even when he started talking, he didn't like to talk much and was lost in his own thoughts most of the time. He had little power to memorize anything. Even memorizing simple math tables was difficult for him. He would try to understand any maths logically and could not memorize anything. He used to score better in maths and science than other subjects in school. When Einstein was 12 years old, one of his family teachers left his geometry book in his home. Surprisingly, within a day, Einstein read the entire book, and clearing his concept of geometry. Even he became master of differential and integral calculus only at the age of 14. He had such a strong knowledge on science and maths. When he raised his hand to ask a question to the professors would get nervous, because most of the time, Einstein's questions would go over the heads of the teachers too. At an early age, he wanted to encapsulate the laws of the universe into a small equation, and he made this the main goal of his life. He surprised the whole world by publishing 4 research papers at the age of 26, and for this reason, he was awarded PhD degree and awarded Nobel Prize for playing vital role for humanity. Even today, science is incomplete without those theses of Einstein. Many scientists and doctors confirm that Einstein's brain became special after his birth. Even today, this extraordinary brain of Einstein is kept in the Modern Museum of America, which are preserved with special care and microscopic slides. If you liked the video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Press the bell icon next to stay with us. Thanks for watching.